Cool. Good to know that I just recorded 17 minutes of footage in which my mic got none of. Love that. Love that for me. Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So this might end up being the shortest review I've ever done on the history of my channel, but nonetheless, the new Barbie movie, Barbie Mermaid Power, premiered on Netflix this past week, and as a true Barbie movie fan, I was sat down and ready to watch. And just in case you're not caught up with the BCU, which is of course the Barbie Cinematic Universe, we are currently in this new timeline that started with Barbie Princess Adventure. And so that version of Barbie centered around her YouTube persona, as she was the same character that we knew from her Barbie vlogs. And so she is still currently that version of Barbie, although she has kind of abandoned her YouTube channel, but that's okay, she's a very busy gal and I understand. And so there has been 4 movies since then: Princess Adventure, Lost Birthday, Big City Big Dreams, and now Mermaid Power. Now the last film, Big City Big Dreams, introduced this new version of Barbie who sometimes goes by Brooklyn, as her name is also Barbie Roberts. This means that the classic version of Barbie that we know now sometimes goes by Malibu. Are we caught up yet? If you're confused, you can go back and watch my review on Big City Big Dreams. I don't exactly remember how well I explained the whole Barbie and Barbie situation, but I'm sure I did it better than whatever I just said. So Barbie and Barbie are besties now and also in love, according to me. They even have their own spin-off series on Netflix called It Takes Two, and they star alongside one another in this film, Mermaid Power. So let's talk about it. So Mermaid Power follows Barbie and Barbie along with her sisters, so Chelsea, Skipper, and Stacy, as they transform into mermaids to help the Mermaid Kingdom with their upcoming mermaid ceremony of the Mermaid Moon. So first of all, did I fall asleep while watching this movie? No, I have to admit that is a little bit of a lie, but I did really want to. I was watching it with my friend and she fell asleep, and I just remember being like, man, I wish I was also asleep right now, but I knew that I couldn't fall asleep because I wanted to make this video, and so instead I decided to turn the volume up really loud to force myself to stay awake. But if I didn't do that, I am 100% certain that I probably would have fallen asleep, which is why I'm still okay with that being the title of this video. Now, if you're familiar with Barbie movies, which I assume you are if you're watching this video, this movie could also be seen as a sequel to Dolphin Magic, which I thought was kind of neat. Now, I say this because the main mermaid in this movie, Isla, is from Dolphin Magic, and she's the one who calls on the Barbies for help in this movie, and also the villain is the same from both movies. Now, this did make me like this movie just a little bit more because I do enjoy Dolphin Magic quite a bit, but it also just resulted in me having just so many more questions. So first of all, we have this magic shell that Isla gives to Barbie in Dolphin Magic. Now, this shell was initially used as a way to guide one person to another person or thing, but now it suddenly has these magical mermaid transforming capabilities. And so I just want to know if this shell had these mermaid transforming capabilities all along. If so, why didn't they utilize that in the first movie? If not, why isn't Barbie and her sisters more shocked about this new turn of events? Also, what is up with Isla's eyes? I don't remember them looking like that in Dolphin Magic. I did a side-by-side, and just looks like they're a lot lighter in this movie, and also her hair is a lot more purple this time around, so maybe that makes them stand out a bit more, but I don't know what it was, but I just found her eyes really jarring throughout the entirety of this movie. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked, and so let's get back to the main plot of this movie, which is that they need 8 mermaids to do this big mermaid ceremony thing, and so they have this big magic golden ball that chooses these 8 mermaids, but oh no, this time it only chose 6, and so Isla has this bright idea to go get Brooklyn and Malibu, and then they serve as the last 2 mermaids. But here's my thing with this. There was no golden ball magical moment where the ball was like, oh yes, these 2 Barbies are the 2 missing mermaids that I need. Thank you. They are the chosen ones. That never happened. Isla was just like, look, I brought these girls and they can serve as our last 2 people, when there was a big crowd of mermaids around that probably have a lot more experience at being mermaids than these 2 girls who just transformed into mermaids moments before. And so that's my main complaint that I had with this movie. There was also this other piece of lore in which Barbie rips off Avatar, the show, not the movie with the blue people, as the mermaids all have special powers and it's like an element situation. So earth, fire, wind, and air. And then there is a power keeper or avatar that can control all 4 of these powers, and this mermaid is key to the mermaid ceremony. So throughout the movie, they hint at the power keeper being this little girl and also maybe Barbie. And so I guess you'll just have to watch it and find out who it is. Just kidding. It was a little girl. Or was it? And although it was nothing that we haven't seen before, I did personally enjoy this little piece of lore. I feel like it made for some great moments throughout the film when the different girls were discovering their powers, and I could just imagine the amount of fun I would have had with this concept as a kid playing around as mermaids in the water. Like, this whole thing gives kids some great imagination fuel, and so I can't not love that. But we're supposed to be angry right now, so back to the things that made me mad. So first of all, where was Ken? I felt like his presence was greatly lacking in this film, especially when it was already established that he does admire marine biology, and I feel like he would have been a great asset to this film. Also, the fact that we had Isla and the villain in this movie just made me question where on earth the gemstone dolphins were, because they were such a big part of Dolphin Magic. I will admit that I don't exactly remember how things were concluded at the end of Dolphin Magic, if the gemstone dolphins were like a local sort of animal or if they were from somewhere else, but I still feel like it would have been nice to see at least one gemstone dolphin in this movie. All the dolphins we saw were just like regular old dolphins, and I'm like, what's up with that? Also, this might just be a personal preference, but I just really didn't like any of the mermaid designs in this movie. I just felt like the colors were way too much for me, they were way too bright, and that they didn't really choose colors that paired well with one another. My friend and I both agreed that Skipper had the best mermaid look, but that it still could have been a lot better, but we'll talk more about that when we get into the merchandise. So all of that being said, there are still quite a few positive things that I do want to highlight about this movie. So first of all, I absolutely love that we're going back to like fantasy-centered Barbie movies. There was a time where all of the Barbie films were very much so grounded in reality, which is probably why Barbie did not transform into a mermaid during Dolphin Magic, because they were still trying to create like some form of realism there. Whereas now I definitely feel like they're going back to their roots in a way, just in the fact that they actually went forward with this concept to begin with. It makes me happy that kids these days are going to be growing up with their own version of remarkable Barbie movies that really only make sense to them, and it makes the whole watching and reviewing and attempting to explain process a lot more fun for me. I also love that the animation in this movie was very mediocre, as that's what I've come to expect from Barbie films, but that could also just be because I watched this movie on a much bigger screen than the previous newer ones, but nonetheless, I appreciated that. Also, it was a musical, which I can't believe it's taken me this long to bring that fact up, but I was very happy about the fact that it was a musical. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to the soundtrack yet because I've been very busy, but nonetheless, I love a Barbie musical. It just makes things 10 times better. Also, this is a very niche comment, but the guy who played Finn sounded very familiar to me, and I just assumed that that was because he's probably from a previous Barbie film, as they oftentimes do that, but then I did some digging and couldn't find anything on that until I found out that he voiced the English dub for Napo from one of my favorite series, Violetta, and so that was a lot of fun for me to uncover. Also, speaking of Finn, I kind of shipped him and Skipper. I'm not too sure if that was intentional. I don't really know what the age gap was like there, but I felt like I could sense a love connection, which I thought was really interesting. Also, I know that I've said this about every new Barbie movie that has come out, but I just love that it was only an hour long, because the moment I got bored and didn't really want to watch the movie anymore, I checked the time and there was only 25 minutes left, which was just the best feeling. The ending was very abrupt though, which was probably a consequence of this. They just ended it with like a big mermaid dance number, as they do, but I would have personally liked to see them like become human again and say their goodbyes, just to like wrap up the movie a bit better. Especially because I just kept thinking throughout the entirety of this movie, like how on earth are they going to get back to this boat that they just abandoned in the middle of the water? So yeah, I think that is all I have to say about this movie. There were also, of course, a lot of great Barbie movie awkward lines, which I've just come to expect at this point. So if you do want to watch this movie for that, I think I would recommend it. Or also if you're a child and you love mermaids, like hell yeah, watch this movie. You'll probably have a great time. Or I guess if you are a Barbie movie fan and you like putting on Barbie movies to fall asleep, apparently this one is a great one for that. And so I guess this review is kind of taking a turn into the more positive side of things, which honestly I'm okay with, and I'm sure we all expected anyways. Yeah. So if you are new to my Barbie movie reviews, I also like to make a point of highlighting the merchandise, because let's be honest, that is the main reason why these movies exist, to sell toys. So let's talk about them. So I usually would buy the main Barbie from the movie and then the main toy thing to talk about in this video, but I personally just didn't really feel like spending $70 on a boat that seemed just like a copy and paste of the Dolphin Magic boat, which I guess was okay because it is kind of like a sequel to that movie, and also the box was really cute and like simple, which I liked, but I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying this boat. I'm sure it floats fine and there's not really much I can talk about there. I also did not buy the main Barbie because I just personally don't like her character design at all. So I guess my Barbie movie doll collection is now incomplete because I don't own the Mermaid Power Barbie, but I did buy Brooklyn because I thought she was so adorable. I feel like the pictures of the Malibu Barbie just don't do her justice because like she looks fine in the pictures, but in store I was like, I can't do it. Her hair is so blue and her like tail is so pink. I don't like it. So go look at her in store and see if you agree with me. But Brooklyn I liked, and so I grabbed her. This is her in the box. This is the back of the box. And so yeah, let's open her and see what she's all about. Am I right? Man, it has been a while since I've ripped open a Barbie box, and I've missed it, truly. All right, Brooklyn, let's get you out of here. Oh, she comes with two tails. That's fun. Ooh, it's like rubbery. I don't know what I expected, but it feels nice. All right, so here she is, and I actually really like her. I feel like she's really cute. I feel like I'm eating my own words, but I am really proud of this purchase. She's got like these adorable little freckles. I'll have to come closer so you guys can see, and I love her long hair. It's so wavy and fun, and her tail is like really neat as well. It's got like this clear sort of plastic over top of like her plastic tail, and then she comes with 2 attachments, so you can have her have like a purple end of her tail or a pink one. Oh, I don't know how to, okay. Or a pink one. And the pink one, like, feels really nice. I don't know what it is about this pink rubber, but I'm like, I'm here for it. And I feel like you guys know how I feel about mermaid dolls. Sometimes I stare at them for too long and I get uncomfortable by, like, the concept of them. But Brooklyn is giving me good vibes, and I can't get over her cute little freckles. And I'm pretty sure I have a Brooklyn doll from Big City, Big Dreams, but I definitely don't think she was done as well as this doll, because I definitely was not as obsessed with her as I am. Like, she's so cute. I love her. Yeah, she also came with a couple other little things. I think this is a crown. Oh, I'm throwing things. I think this is like a little yellow crown and a little pink necklace, and then this bird thing that was in the movie, it like flew to her, and this is what it looks like. Oh, and also a Barbie brush, which I love a nice big Barbie brush. I feel like there's a while where they weren't including Barbie brushes, but yeah, no, I think she's really cute. I really like her. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, all my negative comments, I'm taking them back because I feel like she works and I like her. I was not expecting to love her this much out of the box as I do. I will still admit that, like, I don't love this sort of focus on Brooklyn, please, thank you. This sort of, like, purple that they've got going on here, but I do really like this pink and yellow down here, so. She's got that, and her hair. She's kind of got, like, a Mal from Descendants moment going on, but I love the pink underneath it. I was not expecting to love this doll as much as I do. I feel like the only thing that would really push her over the edge maybe would be like some sort of color changing moment, but I don't think she has any. I don't see any instructions. The only thing on this box is a QR code which links to, I did it earlier, it was just like a Dreamtopia video on their YouTube channel, and I'm like, what is the relevancy to Mermaid Power? Maybe that was a mistake. It was supposed to be linked to the Mermaid Power trailer and they messed that up, but nonetheless, no water changing thing, which I feel like is a bit disappointing because it definitely like makes sense. You know, mermaid, how hard would it have been to make the pink in the hair like change to blue or something fun, especially because I spent over $40 on this doll and I feel like she doesn't really do that much. But I do still love her. I think she's pretty and I'm happy that I got her. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this doll and this movie. I can't wait to read all about it. I feel like this was really short, but like I said in the beginning of this video, I knew it was going to be short when I went into it. But yeah, that's all I have to say for today, Cater Tots. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. This video has turned into a bit of a chaotic mess, but that's what happens when you film videos at 1 a.m. because you procrastinated all day long. That's all from me. See you later, folks. See you next week. Follow me on Instagram, because I don't know, I haven't shouted that out in a while. And I've been posting a lot recently on there, so maybe people will want that from me. I don't know. Brooklyn, you are so adorable.